Hey mama, welcome back to the Thrive Mama podcast. I'm Martina, certified nutrition consultant and holistic health coach, and a mama of two, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm here to help busy moms just like you unlock their energy, balance their hormones, and break out of burnout using nutrition as a foundation. We will dive into actionable strategies on nutrition, nervous system healing, and aligning with your cycles with a healthy dose of relatable motherhood thrown in, all designed to help you move past surviving to actually thrive in motherhood. Let's do this. I'm so glad you're dropping in for this conversation today. I'm so glad to be in space with you. I'm recording this podcast on a Thursday afternoon, and tonight we are going to kindergarten roundup for my oldest, for my firstborn. She's about to turn 5 and she's starting kindergarten in the fall. And tonight is the whole meet the teachers, welcome to the school game. So it's our first little step into the school system, into sending our babies out into the world. It feels like a really big threshold moment in motherhood, a really big shift from these pre-school age years where they are so in your nest, they're so in your sphere, like your world holds them. And that world is pretty small, really. It really is. And as they start school, that world just blows wide open. And it's amazing and terrifying at the same time. So that's what we're sitting with today, this really big threshold moment of starting our school-aged journey. And I'm so here for any solidarity or words of wisdom that you want to drop my way for those of you who have been through this threshold before. But what I really want to talk to you about today is the Thrive Mama program. We are going deep into everything that I want you to know about this amazing program. Thrive Mama is my signature group coaching program. And it's what this podcast was named after. It's my absolute favorite thing that I do, my favorite thing that I run, and is really my holistic method wrapped up into a group container that is deeply transformational and deeply holistic, and really is the pathway of how we get busy, tired moms from survival mode to actually thriving in their lives. And I'm going to talk you through today what that looks like, who Thrive Mama is for and isn't for, and the things I really want you to know as a busy mom, regardless of if you're joining the program or not, the things that I really are on my heart that I want you to know about. And after a while working with one-on-one clients, I began working with a local birth center here in my area. And this birth center is such a beautiful space of holistic pregnancy and birth experiences. And I was the nutrition coach for these pregnant moms. And I realized something really quickly. The first time moms who came to see me in their pregnancy were really eager to learn everything they could about how to take care of themselves in this pregnancy, and were really consistent with follow through. They were first time moms, so they did not have kids at home. And when I gave them suggestions or goals or meal plans to play with, they did it. They really did. They implemented things very quickly. And I noticed with returning moms, with moms who are on their second or third or fourth pregnancy, that it was much more challenging for them to actually make changes in their lives. It's not that they didn't care about learning how to take care of themselves. They deeply cared. They just really, really struggled to take what I was teaching them and make it happen. They would come back week after week and say, I know I really want to, but my kiddo was sick, but it was a crazy week at work, but I didn't get to it. It felt like there were so many barriers to these returning moms actually figuring out how to take care of themselves. And I noticed this pattern. And it occurred to me very early on at this birth center that having kids already made your pregnancy less healthy, because these returning moms who were also caring for young children were not taking care of themselves in the same way that these first-time moms were, who did not have kids at home. And this had nothing to do with how deeply they cared. Not at all. It had everything to do with the systems that they were raising their kids in and the supports, the mindsets, the structures, the resources that they had available to actually take care of themselves. And I knew, I knew that there had to be a way for us to go through motherhood without self-sacrificing all the time, without ending up sicker than we were before, without putting off the needs of our bodies until we're out of this season of life and just living in our survival mode loops. And I felt this for myself when I was pregnant with my second, how much more challenging it was to take care of myself the way I want to. And my lowest point of health, really, in my whole journey was about 6 months postpartum with my second baby when I had a newborn and a toddler and trying to figure out how to take care of myself and them. It was really hard. I was right where these other clients had been trying to juggle it all. And I learned really quickly that handing these busy moms who already have kids at home a meal plan, a protocol, a list of supplements, like it does no good if we are not able to actually do it. And I really quickly learned that for myself, the missing piece was nervous system healing. My brain knew all of the things to do for my body, all of the nutrition things to eat, the supplements, the healthy lifestyle stuff. But my stress was unchecked. My nervous system baseline was extremely activated. And it wasn't until I healed that and created capacity in my body and in my nervous system that I was able to find the space to consistently devote myself back into my health. There was no way without the baseline of nervous system capacity for me to do the healthy things. There is a big gap between your brain knowing something and you embodying it in your life. There's a huge gap there. And so figuring this out for myself throughout motherhood, knowing what to do, and then figuring out how to make it happen in my busy life really fired me up because I reached a point where I felt freaking great. My kids were still tiny. My life was still overflowing and busy and overscheduled, but I felt great. I felt alive. I felt connected to joy. I felt energized. I felt full of vitality. I felt balanced. I felt not overwhelmed. And I'm looking around at my life and other people's lives, and there's not that much difference on the outside. Like my schedule, my workload, my responsibilities, like weren't that different. It's not that I just had it easier. It's that I was using the tools to heal the nervous system and nourish my body so that I was operating out of a physical vessel that could thrive, that could carry me through this season of life in a really beautiful way. And I wanted that for everyone. For everyone, I looked around at my friends, at my family, at my clients, and it became really clear to me that stopping at the food was doing everyone a disservice. Being a nutrition coach and only talking about food is missing a huge piece of the puzzle. So I began working one-on-one with moms who already had kids and wanted to completely transform their energy and stress. And I began weaving in everything I had learned, all the wisdom I collected on somatic practices, nervous system healing, sacred feminine energy and ritual, mindset, rewiring and reprogramming, all of these tools that we wove together with the food, using food as a foundation and weaving in all of these other tools. And I watched one-on-one how these clients completely transformed. And it was incredible to see how the food laid a foundation for everything else to build upon. And how if we stop at the food, we're like still in the basement, but we still need that foundation to build everything on top of it, to build all of the nervous system healing, the healthy lifestyle practices, the joyful practices, the self-care that actually nourishes us. So I began perfecting this method and really getting clear on what's going to make the biggest difference for people, what shifts our energy the fastest, what heals our nervous system the most completely, and started compiling it into my signature method and was able to work that through one-on-one with people and then launch my first group model of that exact method in 2024. So last year I took the first group of people through the Thrive Mama method, and it was incredible to see. It's such an amazing feeling to watch your lifetime of experience, of learning, of studying, of living woven together and helping other people who are on that same path with you. And what's really amazing to see is that I'm not the one doing it. I am holding space to empower you to do what you are so capable of doing, which is reclaim your energy in your life to really transform how you show up in your body, in your energy, in your life. It's really, really powerful. And I think back to those days at the birth center, sitting in a room with these incredibly burned out, overwhelmed moms getting pulled on by their toddlers, 8 months pregnant, trying to get nutrition advice. And in the moment, I felt so helpless because I knew that what I was offering them wasn't truly getting to the root of what they needed. It wasn't. It was helping get them more nourishment, but it was not getting to the root of what they needed. And Thrive Mama is the program that I wished had existed for me, that I wished I had had to hand to those other moms in the moment. So the way that Thrive Mama is set up in this group container is really transformational because you have weekly pre-recorded deep dive lessons on all these different aspects of health and healing. So you have this online portal of resources that you are engaging with throughout the week, that you're absorbing, you're listening to while you do dishes, you're putting on in the car, you're taking in these little lessons throughout the week that explains all the foundations of what you need to know about how your body thrives. Because I know that you actually deserve to understand the way your body works and why things work the way they do. It's one of the biggest pieces of feedback that I get from folks who go through the program is I feel so empowered with understanding how my body works, with finally getting clear on what works for my body. So I'm not constantly sifting through health advice on the internet and Instagram tips and doctor suggestions. I know how my body works and I can sift through that. So you watch these weekly deep dive lessons, and then we gather live together once a week to integrate. And these are live group coaching calls where you come together in community, we talk through celebrations of the week, and we talk about how we're going to integrate the lessons that you already watched. So we get to use our live time really powerfully, not by me teaching or talking to you, but actually by diving into what does this look like in your life? What's going to get in the way of this happening? Let's problem solve that. What's a way we can put a drop in the bucket instead of getting into the all or nothing thinking about this goal? And we really break it down and make it work for you. We make a plan live together. This is also where we get to do a lot of the deep inner work, where we really get to look at what are the stories keeping us in self-sacrificing spirals? What is the old programming and conditioning that's keeping us from investing time and energy and money into our well-being? Why are we putting other people's needs first? Why am I letting myself get overwhelmed? Why am I in this self-destructive spiral? Why is my brain showing up this way? Because all of this is just information, and we treat it with so much compassion and love and non-judgment, but really using this time, not for me to explain strategies to you, but for us to collectively unwind the old patterns that are keeping us stuck. And this is why every diet that you've tried before doesn't stick. This is why downloading a meal plan off the internet isn't enough. It's because without the community processing and support and safe space to explore the limiting patterns, we are still in the same operating system. It's like if you were to buy an upgraded app for your computer, but it's not compatible with the operating system on your computer. So you get the app on your computer and it doesn't run. You have to upgrade your computer to match the new app that you're calling in for your life. So we have to upgrade your operating system, your nervous system, your mindsets, the way your brain is viewing the world so that it matches the kind of life you want to live, the kind of energy and vitality that you want to have. And in addition to the online portal and the live coaching calls, we have a community chat group that is a 24/7 space of connection, accountability, support. This group is like my favorite part of the program. And I hear this reflected back to me from people where they're like, out of everything, the community group was the best part because every day people are showing up and they're celebrating wins, sharing ideas, sharing recipes, sharing strategies, asking for help, venting, just being real about what's going on, asking questions. It is a place of ongoing accountability and support and love and information and connection. It's so, so powerful. So from the day you sign up for this program through the entire thing, you have ongoing access to this community group in between these live coaching calls. So those are the main aspects of the program. This online portal of all these resources, guides, meal plans, videos, our live coaching calls where we get to integrate all of it into your lives, and the community group for ongoing coaching and support and love and connection in between the calls. And each week has a different focus, and we really explore into all of your health and wellness from a holistic lens. So we talk about where your energy comes from and why we're stuck in this exhausted, burned out loop. We talk about what it takes to eat for balanced hormones and balanced blood sugar, which is a huge foundation of your energy in general. We talk about how the nervous system weaves into all of it, what stress has to do with your food, and what food has to do with your stress. And we really dive into healing your nervous system every step of the way, so that as we add in new daily habits, new areas of focus, you have the nervous system capacity to actually do it. Because a body in overwhelm is not going to hold on to any new habits, even if that habit would help us get out of overwhelm. The body isn't thinking that way. The body knows it's in survival mode and is just trying to survive. So if you are in overwhelm, trying to implement all the healthy things in your head that you know you should be doing and it's not working, it's because of your nervous system, babe. It's because your nervous system needs to recalibrate. It needs to expand its capacity. And we do that every single step of the way. I teach you tangible nervous system healing tools, somatic exercises, guided meditations, visualizations. We use nature therapy. We use herbs. We use all kinds of things to expand the nervous system capacity so that you're not in survival mode and you can look at your life and find the space to build in these healthy habits. It is a necessary ingredient to this success that we are building here. We also really explore how your cycles impact your energy and your health and your food. So there's an entire section of this program focused on cycle syncing your life, your energy, your supplements, your nutrition, and really honoring the energy of each cycle so we can break out of the burnout patterns. Cycle syncing is like my secret weapon for burnout prevention. If you're trying to keep yourself from getting burned out or stuck in survival mode and you're not paying attention to your cycle, you're missing a key part of your energy instruction manual. We have to understand how our cycles impact our energy. And that's why it's a core pillar of this program is understanding our hormones, supporting balance in our hormones, and really leaning into the natural cycles of our bodies. So this program is really meant for, designed for the moms out there who already know that taking care of yourself is important. Like, I'm not here to convince you that you need to take care of yourself. The moms coming into this program are like, I know it's important. I care about myself. And I know that taking care of me is important in this journey, but we can't figure out how to make it happen or can't do it consistently or don't have a vision of how to take care of ourselves and other people. Those are the moms that come in hungry to absorb and transform and really implement the principles of Thrive Mama and end up the other side completely different people. This round that just wrapped up a couple of weeks ago, There was one mom that came in. I have everyone rate their average energy levels when they come in. She was rating her energy level at a 2 out of 5, and her stress was a 4 out of 5. And by the end of the program, those were inversed with each other. Her stress was now a 2 out of 5, not a 4, and her energy was a 5 out of 5. So she went from 2 to 5 on the energy scale in just 9 weeks. And the reason she was able to do that is because she came in open minded, open hearted, non judgmental towards herself. She was not about perfectionism or all or nothing kind of thinking. She just came in devoted to the process. Like, I'm just going to show up and do my best every day. She added drops to her bucket every day using the tools that I was sharing. And in 9 weeks, less than that, actually, I remember the halfway point, she was sharing how completely different she felt in her life, because it is that powerful. When we nourish our body from the inside out, when we get the cells the nutrients they need, when we get our blood sugar the steadiness it's craving, when we get our hormones the balance that they need to function, when we heal our nervous system using food and herbs and our environments, it completely transforms our life. The way we feel in our vessel moving through this life is everything. It really is. It is everything. We cannot show up for other people if we are in a vehicle that is struggling to function, that is being pushed past capacity, that's running on empty. You would not expect your car to get you where you need to go if you were running on literal empty. It just doesn't work. And if you try, your car is probably going to break down. You're going to be even later. You're going to feel the impact of trying to push past what your car could do. Your body needs the fuel too. And learning how to fuel your body in the ways that actually matter is a lifelong skill, toolbox, transformation that will change everything. So I keep these group containers really small. The last couple rounds, my average group was like 6 people. So we keep it really small and keep it really intimate so you can get the support that you need, that you deserve to really make changes in your life. And right now, doors are open. You can click on the link and save your spot like today. And because I keep it small, there is a point where I will cap the group if we have too many signups. So don't wait till the last minute if you know you're coming in this round. I also have discovery calls available because I think it's really helpful when you're trying to make a big investment, which can feel scary, to invest money and time and energy into something that feels like it's just for you. That can feel really scary. And it's really helpful to have a chance to connect live with someone's energy. So you and I get on a Zoom call together and we really feel out, like, are we a good fit? Are we vibing? Like, do you feel like this is the place you want to be? And we hold space to answer any questions on your mind. We talk through your goals. We really just get clear on, is this the right program for you? This isn't like a pushy sales call. I'm not trying to convince people to come in who don't want to be there, right? I just want a discovery call space with you so that you can get clear on your yes or on your not right now, and really not walk away with the wondering or the like, maybe someday. Like, really get clear on if this is the right thing for you and if this is the right time for you. And I can help you do that in our discovery call spaces together. Because if you're feeling a pull, you're feeling that little like longing spark, even if your brain is telling you it's selfish to spend money on yourself, we can't afford it right now, you're way too busy to do that, whatever stories the brain is coming up with is likely just the brain trying to keep you safe by keeping you in what it knows. And as hard as where you are right now is, it is familiar. It's what your brain knows. Your brain knows these patterns of overwhelm or burnout or feeling tired, and it can feel scary to expand into a new way of being. So I really, it's my favorite thing to hold space for folks making that decision and process through together. And if you're feeling any kind of urge, I really want to connect with you. So the discovery call link is below. You can start there, schedule a free call. We'll talk it through. If you know you want in, come on in. There's a link below this episode as well. The doors are closing April 29th. April 29th. So whenever you're listening to this, take a peek at the calendar. Start checking out the details because doors only open a few times a year. And honestly, I just like don't want you to live one more day feeling burned out and exhausted. And I want this for like, not for me. Like, I'm feeling great. I don't need this program. I want this for all of you. Like, I want this so badly for all of you to be able to feel how much opens up when your body is actually thriving at the level that it was designed to, how much expands when your nervous system, when your cells, when your body is operating in safety and thriving. It just changes everything. And you are worthy of that. And your family deserves that version of you. And the world needs that version of you. So if you're feeling like these tools are what you need, I want to connect with you. I want to see you inside the program, or I want to chat with you on a discovery call. You could like wait, but you could also decide now that you're worth it and not have to live another 4 or 5 months in burnout and exhaustion and disconnect from your life. So wherever you are on your journey, I'm just sending you so much love and so much support. I'm so honored to be welcoming all of you in who are ready to take the leap into Thrive Mama. And I'm so here for any questions, things that come up you want to process. Book a discovery call, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Like, let's talk about it. Let's connect. And let's get you feeling alive and energized and vibrant in your body. All right, my love, I will see you in the next episode. And until then, take beautiful care of yourself.